Welcome to the XFO Intelligence podcast, where we use our deep augmented thinking method to dissect the monumental forces shaping our future. Today, we're unpacking a transformation that will absolutely redefine the 21st century.
And this is all detailed in your latest exclusive report, right? The dawn of the humanoid robot economy?
That's the one. And let me be clear, this is not a speculative fantasy.
Not just sci-fi.
No, not at all. Our analysis concludes the rise of humanoid robots is an inevitable response to the deep structural cracks in our global economy. Things like aging demographics, persistent labor shortages.
Right, and the unsustainable supply chains we're seeing everywhere.
Exactly. This isn't just another industrial evolution. It's a fundamental recalibration of labor, productivity, and global power. We project this market is poised for exponential growth.
And what kind of numbers are we talking about?
Potentially reaching a multi-trillion-dollar status by mid-century.
Wow, multi-trillion.
So what's the mechanism, driving this? It's the redefinition of labor as a scalable commodity. Human labor is finite.
Okay.
But robotic labor can be deployed, scaled, and upgraded almost instantly anywhere in the world. And this will introduce some really powerful deflationary pressures, dramatically lowering the cost of goods and services.
In areas like manufacturing and logistics, I assume.
Manufacturing, logistics, even healthcare. Our thinking projects a total addressable market exceeding $5 trillion by 2050. And that's not just the robots themselves. It's a vast new ecosystem of software, maintenance, and specialized services. But where is the real value? Our deep augmented thinking process has identified several, let's call them non-obvious strategic vectors.
Okay, I'm interested.
First, and this is the most important, is what we call the cognitive premium. The primary bottleneck, and therefore the greatest source of future value, isn't the hardware, it's the brain.
The AI.
The advanced AI that enables real-time adaptation and problem-solving in unstructured environments. The companies that solve the robot's brain will, essentially control the highest margin layer of this entire economy.
That makes sense. What's next?
Second is the data flywheel. Think about it. Each robot deployed in the real world is a data fire hose, streaming just invaluable information about its tasks and its environment.
And that data feeds back into the AI models.
Precisely. It creates a self-reinforcing cycle of improvement. So the entities that control these vast proprietary data sets will establish unassailable competitive advantages. They're creating data moats that are nearly impossible for newcomers to cross.
Okay, so a cognitive premium and data modes. What's the third vector?
The third is that the dominant business model will be the elasticity of labor model, or as it's better known as robotics as a service.
Right. RAAS. I've been hearing that term a lot.
And you'll hear it more. This model turns a high capital expenditure into a manageable operational expense for customers, dramatically accelerating adoption.
So it lowers the barrier to entry for businesses.
Exactly. And for the providers, it creates predictable recurring revenue streams and a fleet that can be continuously improved. Now, the path to this future will not be perfectly smooth. Our analysis has mapped a series of, adaptive challenges.
And I imagine the biggest one is the human element.
You've got it. The most critical is the socioeconomic recalibration. The displacement of human labor in structured manual tasks is inevitable. The challenge for society is to make a system-wide investment in reskilling and creating new, higher-value roles.
Things like robot supervision, maintenance, data analysis.
Yes, because failure to manage this transition risks a political backlash that could stifle this entire wave of innovation.
And flowing from that is trust, I'd guess.
That's the trust equilibrium. Public acceptance is a prerequisite for scale. This requires more than just technical safety. It demands transparent ethical guidelines, robust data privacy, and a demonstrable societal benefit. Trust is a non-negotiable currency in this new economy.
So, based on all this, what are the key takeaways, the imperatives?
Okay, for investors, it means allocating capital across the value chain, but with a heavy weighting towards those enabling AI technologies and the RAAS business model.
For corporations?
For corporations, it's about starting pilot programs now to build internal expertise and focusing on augmenting human workers to foster acceptance.
And for the public sector?
For policymakers, it's about developing forward-looking, agile regulatory sandboxes and really prioritizing national education and workforce transition programs. The rise of the humanoid robot economy is coming. The ultimate destination is, it's a system of unprecedented abundance, freeing human capital to focus on the creative, strategic, and interpersonal pursuits that truly define our humanity.
That's the goal anyway.
Right. The goal of our thinking is not to predict a precise future, but to provide the conceptual framework necessary to navigate its arrival wisely. Our new report, a Deep Augmented Thinking Report on the Humanoid Robot Economy, provides this full, in-depth framework. It's an essential guide for any leader, investor, or policymaker. To request your free copy, just send an email to xfointelligence@gmail.com. That's xfointelligence@gmail.com. Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. As we begin to automate physical labor on a massive scale, what uniquely human skill do you believe will become the most valuable in the economy of tomorrow?
Great question to leave our listeners with.